Good morning. Again, welcome to my going classes. Today, we will see the political parties of India. Political parties of India are recognized according to their working areas. Last time, as we saw about the constituencies or at the national and the state level, the elections as they are being held, the political parties that go for achieving the votes at the state and the national levels so are recognized by the election commission as either a national party or a state level party. Also, a party is recognized as a regional party. There are some parties which are named as parties but does not have recognition as a political party from election commission. Keep this in mind. At our own local level, wherever we are living, there are certain group of people which acknowledge themselves as a working political party but does not have that concern from the people or the voters as expected by election commission. Last time, as we have seen the work of the election commission, one of the work is to recognize a party as at national level or state level. So naturally, there is a distinction between the two. First, we will see at the national level. The national parties, any party, may it be any party, with 6% votes in 4 or more states. That means more than 4 states or at least 4 states. The list must be 4 states, must have 6% of votes for Lok Sabha or Vidhan Sabha elections. That is the general elections where the public go for voting must be from Lok Sabha, that is member of parliament, or even during Vidhan Sabha, that is member of legislative assembly. But we are speaking about the votes. The voters should acknowledge the party with 6%, or on the other side, 4 members of parliament from one or more state. That means one state can give 4 members of parliaments. If not possible, 4 members of parliaments can be from 3 or 4 different states, or as we claim it, that various states may give 4 members of parliaments. So that is the first criteria. Second, for the national level, is set 2% votes of the Lok Sabha constituencies from the state. For example, we are from Maharashtra, and Maharashtra has its own specific number of the voters. The number of the voters while voting to a specific party, whatever it may be, Indian National Congress or BJP, 2% of the votes of Lok Sabha constituencies from the state, or 3 states having at least 1 member of parliament. Again, it is near about one and the same, just like this. Here, 4 members of parliament from 1 or more states. And if not, if here it is stated that 6% of votes in 4 or more states, 2% of the Lok Sabha constituencies from the state. That means the total voting number of the state at least 2%. Here it is that 6% from various Lok Sabha constituencies. Here we have to understand that it is at the state level, or if we are having 2% of the votes at the state level, then 3 members of parliament from 3 different states or from the same state. Now this is where we call it a national party. Keep it in mind. Going into the Lok Sabha, there is nothing to do with the recognition of the national party when it comes for the election of either the Prime Minister or opposition leader. That is another consideration, that is another law for the parliament. Here we are studying only the parties at the national level, and for example we can study about the parties that are at the national level, for example Congress, for example Indian Nationalist Congress, Rashtrawaadi as we call it, Trinamool Congress, or even BJP, Communist Party of India, then Bahujan Samaj Party. At various levels they are performing, but keep it in mind, at one and the same time we have to understand that even if the party is voted, even if the party elects the member of parliament in the next elections, in the next general election, if it do not qualify the same proportion of the votes or the member, it can be disqualified from the national party. That means time and again parties have to prove themselves going into the public that their representation is the representation for the public of India or for the Indian citizens. Then only they will be recognized as the national parties. Coming down at the state level, it is somewhat different. At the state level, 6% of votes from Lok Sabha or Vidhan Sabha elections and 2 members of Legislative Assembly, Vidhan Sabha Sadasya. 2 members of Legislative Assembly and 6% votes from or during Lok Sabha or Vidhan Sabha election is a must at the state level. Second, 3 seats of Legislative Assembly, that is 3 MLAs and 3% MLA votes should be elected from the state. If they qualify at this, then the party can be said to be a state level party. Now at the state level we have some examples. For example, Maharashtra Navnirman Sena. Maharashtra Navnirman Sena, as it moved for the first time, had elected 13 members. Because of these 13 members, it became a state level party. But the next elections, at the state level, the same party could not achieve the same proportion of votes, neither the member of Legislative Assembly. So the qualification for the state level party was cancelled. But it's still today a political party, a well-reputed party and recognized as a political party, but not at the national nor at the state level. There are other parties too, which comes to the force as a national party, as a state level party, as a regional party, and also sometimes in Marathi as we call it apaksh, the no party nominee. There are some people who are strong enough in the political scenario of their constituencies. They are elected by the people as their representative, may it be for member of parliament or member of legislative assembly. But they do not represent any political party which we know. So these are the people, those who do not represent the political parties but play a major role in the political scenario. Some of the political parties, as we will study it now, are accordingly. For example, Congress. Congress was established in Indian National Congress. Indian National Congress was established in 1885. Now, there is a long history the party is having, but does not claim that either it is a national party or a state level party. We'll have to go through the whatever the rules and regulations time to time being put forth by the Election Commission, Indian National Congress or any other parties will have to follow. After that, we have one of the important party is a Communist Party of India. Which was established in 1925, that is after the Russian Revolution. The Russian Revolution had its impact about socialism, not only in India, but the many parts of the globe. The Eastern Europe came under the span of it, and then the same was in India. Even England had mixed economy, just like that of India. So, Communist Party of India was organized in 1925 with the reputed personalities who came together to form the Communist Party. But after a span of time, in 1962, there was bifurcation. The Communist Party of India was divided into 2 ideological differences, one supporting Russia and another China. So the party that was supporting, or the group of the members supporting Russia, were known as Marxist, and the another Maoist. These are the 2 groups of the party from Communist Party of India. After that, we will study about BJP. We know that BJP is a party which is well acknowledged today and was established in 1977. 1977. Actually, in 1977, Janasangh was established, and after that, with a span of time, which in 1951 Johnson was established, but the first coalition government of India, without Congress party came into being in 1977. So all of them, they merged into Janata Party. At the national level, we have studied this in 9th standard. At the national level, many small parties at the regional level or the state level came together to give a strong fight to Congress in 1977 under the banner of Janata Party, where Johnson also merged into Janata Party. But this experiment could not prove to be for a longer duration, and then again it got disqualified, and in 1980s a new party called BJP was launched. So this is a smaller history of BJP, the Congress and the Communist Party. It may happen. The same people coming together, working for a longer duration, they can have the ideological differences because of the experience, whatever they have, good or bad. And from there, they may bifurcate. So this bifurcation is also, here also we have many of the examples of one Trinamool Congress, Indian Nationalist Congress, and apart, so many. There are many parties which have been flourishing from the Congress and making good attempt at the state level or at the regions wherever they are. But at the same time, we have to understand that because of the rights given to the people, that is the expression, they can be having their own ideological differences, can come together to make a single party, and in this way, either in the name of anti-Congress, sometimes in the name of ideological differences, sometimes because the experiment could not prove one and the same for a longer duration, various examples can be nominated for how a party comes into being. But whatever it is, may it be at a regional level, may it be at the state level, may it be at the national level, or even a non-qualified political party, they have to go through the process of the parties. Only then, if they are able to achieve the votes as expected or as nominated from time to time by the Chief Election Commission of India, then only they are expressed as, or they are recognized as either national party, state level party, and they get many of the benefits whatever the government of India gives them. There are also certain terms and conditions for the leaders of these parties, that because they are working for the benefit of the people, they are acknowledged or they are being liable to have certain benefits in terms of various political scenarios, which we will study as we